Monday of the 14th week in Ordinary Time, reflection. The first reading and the second and the Gospel. We have 4 female characters. We are going to see to them. And in the Old Testament, my dear friends, normally God-man relationship was compared to many comparisons. Sheep and shepherd, father, son. And one of the strong ones which spoke about Yahweh and Israel, people of Israel. The relationship is a husband and wife relationship. So that marital bond. Here we find in the book of Hosea. Hosea, prophet, was asked to marry a harlot, a wife who is not faithful, a prostitute. And with that pain, God spoke to Hosea and said, this is exactly what I am going through. When people of Israel, they worship idol gods. That's betrayal. There's adultery. Apostasy is adultery. And you go behind other gods. So that's a very pain. So then the Lord is saying, I will punish them. I will punish them. And with that punishment, his brush, that wife, people of Israel is brought forth to the connection. So today it speaks about that connection after the punishment. Thus says the Lord, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and spake tenderly to her. So wilderness is a place where God spoke. Wilderness is a place where you realize the truth. As a prodigal son realized the truth of the love of the Father. So John the Baptist went to wilderness to realize his calling. Jesus went to wilderness before the mission. So wilderness is a place where you discern the voice of the Lord. So this particular woman, harlot, she went after men and she's been used by them and now she's been thrown away. So that's exactly how the Lord is taking the woman back again. Behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak tenderly to her with loving concern. So, and in that day declares the Lord, you will call me my husband. That is important. That only I am there. No polytheism. Only I am. My husband. It's mine. So that day you will realize and call me my husband. And no longer will call me my Baal. Baal, which means master, Lord and owner. The name's meaning is owner, master and Lord. Now you don't no longer call me such. Call me so. Because you are being taken back. My dear friends, so we find in the reading that I will betroth you to me forever. I will betroth you to me in righteousness and justice, in steadfast love and in mercy. I will betroth you to me in faithfulness, and you shall know the Lord. So that's the relationship. We find 2 female characters there. One, Hosea's wife, and then people of Israel. And in the gospel again 2 female characters are there. While Jesus was speaking, behold, a ruler came in and knelt before him, saying, my daughter has just died. That daughter is another female character. My dear friends, so death of a child is like a desert in the first reading that God spoke to him in that desert. And in the Gospel of Mark, she's about 12 years. The ruler's name was Jairus. And she's 12. When a girl is 12 means she's an adult. You can give the girl in marriage. So that's the blossoming age and peak of his life. She sees that girl growing and happily growing. That was father's expectation and wish and dream. And it is simply destroyed. So in the wilderness, he comes in search of Jesus. And with faith, my dear friends, when you squeeze the lemon, you will get the juice, isn't it? So that's in the way. Then daughter has just died, but come and lay your hand on her. Saying, my daughter has just died. You come and lay your hand. My dear friends, for Jews, for 3 days, the soul of the body will remain close to the body. So whatever you have to do within 3 days. That's exactly why Jesus deliberately waited 3 days after Lazarus' death. So he want to make sure that God, he's a God of living who can raise dead from the death. So now it's true. It's immediately if you come, you can still heal my daughter, give her life. So that kind of faith. Roman centurion, he had a more greater faith and said, you don't have to come, just say a word. My servant shall be healed. So that's deep. Jesus, there is no faith I have ever seen in Israel, in Judea. So this person still believes that he can do something, my dear friends. So that desert is a place where God spoke. And then on the journey we find a lady who had hemorrhage. Jesus, woman who had suffered from discharge of blood for 12 years. Now she's also 12 years suffering from hemorrhage, from that sickness. So the day Jairus' daughter was born, she got this sickness. So Jairus' expectation was growing, and her expectation is going down. And that's her desert. And she had gone to all the doctors possible, and no remedy. She's tired, no one to go, money is gone. Now she comes to the Lord. Desert is a place where you hear the voice of God. That your emptiness, that your zero will help you to meet the Lord. So love your zero in your journey. So then she believed, came up behind him and touched the fringe of his garment. For she had said to herself, if I only touch his garment, I will be made well. My dear friends, so she strongly believed that little touch can heal me. All the years of labor, toil, money, and every fatigue, everything is done with a simple touch. My dear friends, and Jesus looked at her and told her daughter, your faith has made you well. That simple woman, that nobody became a daughter for Jesus. My dear friends, and then he goes to Jairus' daughter, and he finds a lot of people. When Jesus came to the ruler's house and saw the flute players and the crowd making commotion, he said, go away. The girl is not dead but sleeping. My dear friends, it's important that you allow the Lord to act completely. Not your conclusions, not your consumptions, no. Nothing, presumptions, no. Just allow the Lord to act in your life. Just surrender. Just surrender to Him your life completely. And then what happens? And they were laughing at him, they were mocking at him. Sleeping, she's dead. For the word, those are the believers, it's an experience. For the non-believers, it's a joke, my dear friends. The word of God, what He can do in your life, it's amazing if you believe. So that's important that you put them away, put the negativity away to experience the power of Jesus in your life. But then the crowd had been put aside. He went in and took her by the hand, and girl rose. My dear friends, he said, Talitha Kumi, child, get up. And she got up. That's how she was raised to life again. So think about your relationship, because He's your husband, He's your father, He's your lover, He's your everything. What do you feel when He's there with you, my dear friends. Amen. May God bless you.